Okay. Today's topic is animal tissues. Previous classes you learn about plant tissues. So what is meant by tissue? Yes, the group of cells which are similar in structure and function is called tissue. The tissue makes the organs makes organ systems finally make the organism. So there is a diversity in the tissues. That means that the tissue in the heart is different to the tissue in the skin. In plants, you observed 4 types of tissues which perform different functions. Like that in animals also, you can see mainly 4 types of tissues which perform the functions. So those are epithelial tissue, muscle tissue, nervous tissue, connective tissue. Here epithelial tissue cover our body. So this epithelial tissue form the outer layer externally and internally. That means the internal organs are lined with the epithelial tissue. Externally means, for example, skin. So it forms the outer layer, thus it gives the protection. Next, muscle tissue. It helps for the movement along with bones. Bones and muscles together helps for the movement of our body. That means movement of skeleton. Connective tissue. Like the ground tissue in plants, in animals, connective tissue pack the various tissues. For example, the muscles and skin of epithelial tissue connected together by the connective tissue. So it connect various tissues and perform other functions. Nervous tissue. It is responsible for the responses to the stimulus. That means the nervous tissue carry the signals of stimulus to the nervous system and carry the responses to the organs. So, nervous tissue responsible for stimulus to response activity. So now let us discuss about each tissue in detail. First of all, epithelial tissue. So to observe or to understand epithelial tissue, you can do an activity. First you collect a skin piece, chicken piece, which consists of skin part and a bone part. Okay, to understand about the epithelial tissue, you can do an activity. For that, you collect a chicken piece along with a skin and a bone. To prepare the slide, you have to make the skin soft. For that, put that chicken piece in dilute HCl. HCl means hydrochloric acid. Okay, in chemicals, 2 types, dilute and concentrated. Dilute means it has more water concentration. Concentrated means less water concentration. Concentration here means the amount of water. So it has more water molecules. That's why it is called dilute HCl. If you keep the chicken piece in the dilute HCl for a few hours, the bone and the skin become soft. You collect that skin part and put on the slide. Press that skin part with another slide together. Then the skin is scattered. Later, put a cover slip and observe under compound microscope. If you observe that, you can see this type of arrangement in the slide. This is the appearance of slide under microscope. So here what do you see? How are the cells arranged? If you observe the cells arranged close together. there are no intercellular spaces. Understand? No intercellular spaces. That means no spaces between the cells. In such a way, by arranging close together, they form a continuous sheath. Continuous sheath. In our skin also, the epithelial cells are arranged like that only. They are arranged close together. There are no gaps. What is the reason means? If there are gaps or intercellular spaces, the harmful substances enter the blood through that gaps. That's why they form a continuous sheath. So internal organs also are lined with epithelial tissue. So epi means outer, thelial means tissue. Outer tissue. We can find it in external body and internal organs. So based on the structure and function, epithelial tissue is different types. So when you see the types of epithelium, so based on the number of layers, it is different. It is two types: simple epithelium and stratified epithelium. Simple epithelium and stratified epithelium. Simple epithelium means the cells arranged in a single layer. You see here, the cells are arranged in a single layer on the basement membrane. The single layer of cells are arranged. This is the simple epithelium. You see here, the cells are arranged in several layers, one above the other. So this is called stratified. Stratified. Okay. Stratified epithelium. Okay. Again, based on the location and function, the epithelial tissue is of several types. Those are squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, glandular epithelium. So like this, different types are there. In each type, these two types are there. That means a simple squamous, stratified squamous. Simple cuboidal, stratified cuboidal. Simple columnar, stratified columnar. Simple glandular, stratified glandular. Now let us see about each type of epithelial tissue. See, this is the simple squamous epithelium. This is the simple squamous. As I said, the cells are arranged in a single layer. That's why it is the simple squamous. So we can observe this type of simple squamous where the transportation of substances takes place through osmosis process. That means this simple squamous act as a semi-permeable membrane because it is a single layer. About osmosis you will learn in next class. For example, you have done the cheek cells activity. So cheek cells means the lining of mouth. That is a simple squamous. It also present in the walls of blood vessels. Blood vessels means they are the pipes in our body that carry the blood. Next, the simple squamous also present in alveoli. These alveoli are present in our lungs. Our lungs are made of alveoli. You know, we take the air through the lungs. So in the lungs, gaseous exchange takes place between the blood and lungs. That means the oxygen in the lungs enter the blood, the carbon dioxide in the blood enter the lungs. This is called gaseous exchange. For this exchange, the walls of the lungs are made of simple squamous epithelium. The These blood capillary walls also made of simple squamous epithelium. They are also found in esophagus also. That means food pipe. Food pipe walls also made of the simple squamous. See this one. This is the stratified squamous. Stratified squamous epithelium. That means in this epithelial tissue, the cells arranged in several layers. For example, skin. This is the LS of skin. You know, our skin is exposed to various mechanical and chemical factors. Sometimes we get injured. In winter season, outer layers worn out. Sometimes it may burn, right? So if the skin is made of simple epithelium, what will happen? What will happen if the skin is burned? If the skin burn, if it made simple squamous, the entire skin will be damaged. But it is not happening, right? If you burn or injure, the upper layers will be damaged. Upper layers. Again, the lower levels protect the internal parts. Again, from these upper layers, the new layers will be formed. That's why the skin has the stratified epithelial tissue. If it is made of simple epithelial, the skin will be damaged due to the burning or any mechanical factor or injury. So it was this one present in the skin. Next one, cuboidal epithelial tissue. Cuboidal. Why it is cuboidal? The cell shape. If you observe the cell shape, they are in cube shape. If you see in squamous, simple squamous, the cells are flat. Cells are flat. But in cuboidal, the cells are in cube shape. That's what is a cuboidal epithelial tissue. The cuboidal epithelial tissue's function is mainly mechanical support. Mechanical support. See, this is the simple cuboidal epithelium. That means single layer. This is the stratified cuboidal. That see, there are two layers, right? And actually, not only two layers, several layers are there. So there are several layers in the stratified cuboidal epithelial tissue. So its main function, mechanical support. Mechanical support means it forms the outer layer in the internal organs. For example, heart. Heart is covered by two layers. The two layers give the protection to the heart. We call that layers as a pericardium. Pericardium. So pericardium is made of the cuboidal epithelial tissue. Lungs also made of cuboidal epithelial tissue. That layers are called pleura. See the conjunctiva. Conjunctiva is the outer layer of the eyes. That conjunctiva also made of cuboidal epithelial tissue. Next, it also present in the tubes. Tubes of various glands. These are salivary glands. Salivary glands, which secrete the saliva. Okay. The saliva produced in the glands released into oral cavity through the tubes. We call it as salivary ducts. Salivary duct. So those salivary ducts are made of cuboidal epithelial tissue. So cuboidal is present in the tubes of glands and around the organs, internal organs. Gives mechanical support. So location, as I said, in the glands, the tubes of various glands and the conjunctiva. Next, columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium. Columnar means the cells are column shape. Column. That means they are long. They're long enough, right? That's why they are arranged like a columns. So this is the simple columnar epithelium. So these are the stratified columnar epithelium. If you observe at the end of the cell, there is a small hair-like structures. They are called cilia or microvilli. They are called microvilli or cilia. So mainly this columnar epithelium is present where the absorption and the secretion, where absorption and secretion takes place. So absorption means one thing I will say. When you eat the food that digested in the stomach and later in intestine, small intestine and large intestine. What happens after digestion? What happens? The digested food absorbed into the blood. So this absorption takes place in the small intestine through a finger-like structures called villi. These are called villi, V-I-L-L-I. Okay, through this villi, the absorption of food or nutrients takes place into the blood. This villi is made of the columnar epithelium. Again, each cell in the villi consists of microvilli, small hair-like projections. So these villi move the food particles to increase the surface area and thus they enable the absorption. So this columnar also present in the organs which do the secretion, like glands. Glands do the secretion. For example, liver, pancreas, these are glands. They release substances. Releasing is called secretion. But they are also present in the bronchioles which are present in the lungs. Bronchioles of lungs also consist of columnar epithelium. So these bronchioles consist of columnar epithelium along with the cilia. These cilia move the particles and trap any dust particles also in the air. Okay? So the columnar epithelium mainly helps for absorption and secretion. The location, as I said, the villi of the small intestine, bronchioles and the glands. See this one, glandular epithelium. So glandular epithelium present in glands. In our body, two types of glands: exocrine glands, endocrine glands. For example, pancreas, liver, adrenal gland, which present above the kidney, thyroid gland, which present in the neck. So these glands are lined with glandular epithelium. So in glandular epithelium, what happens means the epithelium fold inward. They fold inward and form a cavity like this. Okay. So by folding, the cells are folded inward and form a cavity. So in this, through this cavity, the products are secreted. That means products means here the hormones. Hormones are released from that gland, glandular epithelium. Actually, some of the parts in our body are modifications of epithelium. For example, nails. From which tissue the nails come from? Epithelial cells. Okay. In plants, some epidermal cells develop into root hairs and stomata. That is called modification. In our body also, the epithelial tissue modified into nails and hair also. Hair also modified epithelial tissue. Feathers in birds, they also come from epithelial tissue. Scales in the fish body. The fish body, you see scales, pullusulantam. They also modified epithelial cells. Okay, so this is the story about epithelial tissue. So in epithelial, two types are there: simple and stratified. So based on the function, the squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, glandular epithelium, etc. are there. Okay, next class you will learn about another type of tissue, connective tissue. Okay.